the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass. Time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is April 17, 2025. It is 1:19 a.m. I spent an hour putting a list together, so I have some stuff to share with you. I might do another video for PYTE Sussex. These are, the left behinders, but I'm gonna start with PYTE. I'm on the wrong channel, by the way. Let me go to it. PYTE. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting it on this channel. All right, so pretty much just for the numbers purposes, for record analytics, feel free to skip when I'm doing these. All right, so for some reason I see that some people are not watching these videos on PYTE as much as the other one on PYTE Sussex. All right, so at PYTE Sussex I tend to talk more about the political stuff, the like center ballot. Well, it's not political, but the more of the left behinders, the things that a little bit more distress. All right, so let's go on Twitter. I have this on the list, but I'm not gonna do this one first. By the way, I did listen to the podcast. It took me a while. I post something on my community board on PYTE Sussex while I was at the gym. That was my plan, to listen to the podcast. But for some reason, I was in the groove of working out. My music was pumping. Everything was just perfect. So I did not want to lose that energy while I was at the gym. So I kept it on my playlist, and I was just at it. And I think I spent 2.5 hours at the gym. So, I like to do circuit, doing different machines and stuff like that. So I was in the groove. I didn't listen to the podcast while I was at the gym. Then when I got home, I was like, oh, I should have listened to it. I would have known what. And then while I was cooking, I just listened to it. And it was a very interesting conversation. But anyway, if you listen to whatever I recorded yesterday's date, either on IP Team Sussex or PYTE, there were some stuff, topic, different, I think, top stories that made reference to what the podcast was about. I was like, okay, topic of discussion to be looking out for in the podcast. They didn't go that deep into some of those conversations, but it was very enlightening. One of the things that that crossed my mind when I was listening to it is that the speaker, I forgot her name. Did they mention it here? Okay, no. Where she said, because I believe she was Indian, her parents moved over here, and the kind of insecurity she had, it's always like that. Whenever I bring a topic, there's always the flip side of it. First thing I was going to say is that the insecurity she had by being Indian and trying to change her name and things like that. And then I was going to say, if Meghan had that kind of insecurity when she married Harry, that would have been a very big no-no. A very big no-no for her. And the kind of support she's getting now, I don't think she would have had it if she had that kind of insecurity. Now, thinking about that, this is the flip side of it. Is that that lady, again, I don't remember her name. Oh, it's probably somewhere here in the thing. Rishma Sujani. The flip side of it is that she was much younger. The kind of knowledge and enlightenment that she now has, it's not the same when she was back then in high school or elementary or something like that. So that's the flip side of what I was thinking. And the other thing as well, it seems like this might be a bit controversy. I don't know if I'm even gonna leave it when I'm editing. It seems like the thing that she was talking about made me think of was that Governor Haley. She was running for president as well. Her parents is Indian, and it seems like there's that detachment of their heritage or something like that. I don't follow Haley. What's her last name? Haley something. Her, Governor Nikki Haley. I believe her background is, she was born here, but her parents are from India or something like that. But it seems like there's some sort of disconnect with, you know what, let's leave that alone. Let's do the first tweet, okay? This is the first tweet. These words right here will be the source of multiple articles and meltdown over the coming weeks. Quote, my husband is like, my love, can you just give yourself a minute? Why don't you go and work out? Why don't you take a bath? Okay, so this is the part and the...
Out. Yes, now you have the title of mom. Just like me. Favorite title. Love it. I love being a mom. Oh my gosh, I love being a mom so much. It's my favorite thing. It is the thing where you're like, oh my gosh, I just need a break. I just need a minute. I just need a minute. And the second that you step in the other room, you go, oh, but
where are they?
Let me scroll through pictures of them endlessly on my phone. And then my husband's like, my love, can you just give yourself a minute? Why don't you go work out? Why don't you go take a bath? I'm like, I know, but I just want to cuddle for. It's the parenting paradigm where it is so full on, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I think, yes, now you have.
Unlike Meghan, I don't think I had that same obsession, but I remember it was a very conscious decision for me to stay at home. I remember in the morning, I will leave the same time as my husband. Sometimes I walk him to the train station. And then I will take half of the morning just walking around with my son and just go around and make him explore things. And that's how I rediscover my neighborhood, because when I was working, it's just home, work, back home, and repeat. But while I was with him, walk around, see the revitalization of the neighborhood, took pictures, and it was just a wonderful moment for me. And when I had my second son, I did the same thing. And I guess when my oldest started preschool, there was that kind of sadness in a way, because we used to do it together and he would be running around and things like that. But it's one of those when you prepare, you plan for it, and both you and your partner plan for it. It's a wonderful feeling. And this is why I will never forgive the left behinders for what they put her through, because I truly believe, Archie was planned and everything, and then they did not let her enjoy her first pregnancy. It's a wonderful feeling when you plan for something and it became true. You become pregnant and you're enjoying the pregnancy with your partner. It's a wonderful thing, but the UK did not let her enjoy her first pregnancy. They make it impossible for her to take a breather. I could not imagine the kind of unnecessary pain that she was going through, that the UK put her through. It's very sad. But anyway, so let's read some of the comments here. Let's pause that. GIF. They will totally pervert the quote about Meghan's time with her children. I don't have kids, but I have nieces that I dote on every time I see them. My hubs literally has to tell me to not overdo it. There's the laugh here. I think they are going to go nuts over the whole miscarriage thing. Alright, they are nuts, period. That is true. I thought the same thing. The UK media looks for just a few words to twist and turn. I think all of us overdo at times and forget to take care of ourselves and just relax. Alright, let them melt. She is living her best life and they listen to every single thing she does and says. She is doing all this for us, her fans, not these bloody low-life haters. Yep, the flying monkeys will definitely have a meltdown over this. I already feel it. That's the laugh here. I'm just happy she's enjoying her life and she's letting us in a little into her life. If she's comfortable sharing it, I'm all for it. Alright, so this is another tweet. Chill, auntie not done yet. Meghan Sussex with love Meghan as ever. Alright, 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
She been a brand. She's just coming back to what she was doing. I think her Instagram page was called TIG and she did very well there. It is not mathematics. It's not meant to be a gossip channel. It's not a drama of Real Housewives where you'll see fighting or whatever. She's just showing her life. She's showing the little things that is easy and that's it. But for you to dissect every single thing, please get up and do it yourself. I say that because I've had people who have thought, oh, you know what, I can do this YouTube channel. I can do it. They tried it. Every day, step and repeat. By week 2, they were out of here. And she wears high-end, low-end. She likes her white. She likes her queens. And I promise you, on any earth, Meghan is not copying anybody, any princess. She's not copying Kate. Meghan is a very trendy, high-flying chick on her own. She got the spice. She's going to come with it little bit by little bit by little bit, like medium pepper, light pepper, heavy pepper. She's coming with the spice. Then they went on with the fruit platter. Oh my God, this, that, and the third. And you're going to have the critiques who are so ready to talk about what she's not doing right as opposed to what is really pleasant. And I thought it was nice. What is she supposed to do? She's supposed to have her own kitchen with the way these people are, with the filming crew, so that you can come up to Matacito to come and bother her? Absolutely not. As far as I'm concerned, I would not even film that show in California. I would have gone to Texas and filmed it there. She's a strong...
The laugh got me. All right, let's continue. I agree with her 100%.
cookie for the lot that she is taking, as lot as she's criticized. My God, it's a bit too much. You don't like it, don't watch. And some of you down there, Fumi, you're being biased. Fumi, you don't know her. She's very evil. Tell me exactly what she did. Then I'll be okay with it. That's it. Oh no, she pretends to be. Tell me exactly what she did. And then we can go from there. Okay? Other than that, I'm not interested. And I will be watching the next season. Meghan, congratulations.
I agree with her. And this is what got me, because they were saying so many negative things about her. I had to look for myself. I was like, there's no way this woman who married into that, what I thought was a high society, who, those little petty things is below them. It's like little things. But I had to go look and see for myself. And what I saw was, my goodness, just look what's going on in the US right now with the MAGA government. Okay? I saw some videos from TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but people who bring TikTok videos onto YouTube showing how, Chinese manufacturers are dissing the Trump admin, well, pretty much Americans, about tariff. And one of them was saying something like, what does China has that's American? Pretty much nothing, because they make their things on their own. But if we, American, look the things that we have in our house, pretty much everything is from China. I don't know. It's a huge embarrassment, but sometimes it needs to be said. It needs to be said. And I don't think those MAGAs understand. When I heard during the campaign trail that Elon Musk was going somewhere in Pennsylvania to talk to the people and things like that, for me, I really thought the people got it. You got this rich guy going to talk to the little people, pretty much, about being a billionaire. And I was like, there's that huge disconnect. I mean, he could go and talk, but for them to take his word as word of gospel, there is a level, the ladder, steps that needs to be taken into consideration to get to his level of, if you don't have your parents leaving a trust fund for you, but if you're just starting on your own, there is a step, ladder. Go to school, get your education, get an entry-level job, and do all of this and move up. And if you are brilliant, you could start your own business. That's wonderful. But I don't think they get it. So as much as it is an embarrassment, these are things I've been saying in the past about when I was in high school, the wood shop, the things that after school program to teach kids about doing things, they remove them. Okay, these I've spoken about. These are skills that, let's say for instance, because college is not for everybody. Okay, there are people who probably have already skills that they could make money off of it. Right? So if they had those skills from high school, and if they don't want to pursue going to college, at least those skills that they have to make a business, that would be great. But once they remove it, you stuck with, you have to go to college, and then college is so expensive. It's a whole bunch of things. It's a connection of things. But I hope, as much of an embarrassment as it is for American, but I think those MAGAs need to realize that. I don't know if they're gonna get it, but I hope those Chinese manufacturers, whoever's putting those videos out showing that the tariff will not affect them at all, because they don't import American goods. It's American who import Chinese goods. So the tariff will affect us. And Mark Cuban have warned us. This is the level of stupidity. And, well, Trump wants to destroy the education system. So there goes that. I don't know if the 1+1 will really add up to those MAGAs to see We need the education to understand, to create our own things, but we shall see. Anyway, why did I bring all of that? Whatever, but let's continue with this tweet. This part took me all the way out. Gotta love auntie. All right. This one is 22 seconds. Is it the same thing?
And I thought it was nice. What is she supposed to do? She's supposed to have her own kitchen with the way these people are, with the filming crew, so that you can come up to Matacito to come and bother her? Absolutely not. As far as I'm concerned, I would not even film that show in California.
Is that
I
the
would
laugh?
have gone to Texas and filmed it there. And I thought,
That got me too. Okay, what is that? Just realized it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Phoebe. Oh, so I don't follow her on TikTok. So happy birthday to her. And I like her vibe. Let's see this one.
May your days be.
Okay, there's the music. When people are happy. She remind me Cecile. That actress, she passed though. But anyway. I love this auntie. She ain't playing. Auntie preach. There's that. Love her. There's all of that. Let's go to the next tweet. Alright, this one is a TikTok video about Meghan. Let's see here. Let's pause. Hear what happened after Duchess Meghan posted CND shellac nail polish on her shop My 23 seconds.
Meghan Markle show. A week after it launched, she set up on Shop My, which is an affiliate platform. She actually talked about the 2 shades of CND shellac that she wore in her TV show, Satin Slippers and Romantique. I saw, it was an article, they went through to see how many people were clicking on and then went to the website where the products are sold and measured an 8,000% bump in engagement from her Shop My. There's a tab on Meghan Markle show. A week after it launched.
Yeah. Wow. 8,000% from nail polish to be this irrelevant. Freaking nail polish. Like, can we please be this irrelevant? I thought that was an ad. And 60% of the buyers are the Rangers. 20% Kate. 20% Sussex squad who are sleeping and then stalk Meghan every second of her life. I don't know. I do not like to put nail polish. You know why? Because I have to maintain it. When I was, a teenager, I used to put, dark nail polish. But now that I'm older, I don't put nail polish. I keep it clean and just natural because I will have to take time to maintain the nail polish. All right, next tweet. There's the link here. Exciting news for wedding enthusiasts. A recent study revealed that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's 2018 wedding is the ultimate source of inspiration on Pinterest, boasting an impressive 728 boards and nearly 50,000 pins. Man, I haven't been on Pinterest for a very long time. From Meghan's stunning Givenchy gown to the enchanting floral decor, it's no wonder brides are captivated. While royal weddings have always inspired, this one truly reigns supreme. What wedding details do you cherish the most? Very interesting. There's an article, but I'm not going to read it. Okay, Harry and Meghan's wedding is still way ahead and setting wedding trends after 8 years. Who knew? I find that very hard to believe. An ill-fitting wedding dress and poorly tailored flower girl dresses are not inspirational. That's your opinion. Now find the number related to the other one. I have no doubt the number is infinitely more. Okay, whatever. That's your opinion. Oh, please. Whatever. Funny, the royal wedding some objected to was the one that gave the most inspiration. My favorite parts were her Commonwealth-themed veil and the Kingdom Choir. That's an ad. There's that. Definitely my favorite wedding. Meghan's attention to detail was breathtaking. That's for sure. Even one of the twins, that was that smile that he did. Meghan has impeccable taste, that's why. And you could really feel the love between them. It felt like a romantic movie. I think because it looked like a bog standard dress, anyone can recreate that look. The bridesmaid dresses were particularly awful. Okay, you're gonna hear the derangers putting it down. But you could see the simplicity of it and it fits her very well. And I knew, she doesn't even need to tell me. I know she worked her butt off. Work meaning workout to get into that dress. But anyway, I'm not a monarchist, but there's no tapping Kate Middleton and her queen dress. Okay, whatever. But they will not say that things on their... Why don't they create their own time things, their own tweet to talk about Kate? But they have to go under Meghan's post. Okay, people who's talking about Meghan's post to mention their BS. But anyway, it is what it is. Alright, people knows. We have eyes and we could see. Next tweet. Not a bad article. He said that Princess Diana will have liked Meghan's independence and the fact that she was able to offer Prince Harry an escape route, etc. And that he thinks Diana will have been happy with Harry's choice of Meghan. I think so too. Princess Diana's close friend shares what she really would have thought of Meghan Markle. Richard Gay was the last person the late Princess of Wales spoke to that awful night in Paris on August 31st, 1997. This is by Rachel Birchfield. That was written yesterday, April 16, 2025. Princess Diana and Meghan Markle photo. Okay, so that's caption. So there's more from the article. One of Princess Diana's close friends is sharing insight into what the late Princess of Wales might have thought of her daughter-in-law Meghan Markle. Speaking on the Daily Mail's Palace Confidential, Richard Kay, who was the last person Diana called before her tragic death in a Paris car accident in 1997, said Diana would have found the Duchess of Sussex intriguing. Describing Diana as a remarkable and his very good friend, the two became close in the last 5 or 6 years of her life, Kay said, adding that they often have dinner, go to the movies, and take drives along the Norfolk coast where Diana grew up. The Diana I knew was amusing, not at all as she came across often in public. What I mean by that is she had a wry sense of humor. As to what Diana would have thought of Meghan, who of course is married to Diana's younger son, Prince Harry, none of us really know, Kay said, but I think there is something about Meghan that Diana would have found not just intriguing, but slightly liberating. And it continues, I think she will have liked Meghan's independence and the fact that she was able to offer Harry an escape route, if you like, from royal duty, he added. Though she will have been happy with Harry's choice of Meghan, Kay said that Diana will be disappointed as to how things pan out for her two sons, brothers Harry and Prince William. And it continues, I think she will have admired Harry's decision to settle in America, Kay said. But when you think about the settling in America, it's like everything that they wanted to do, they put a roadblock. They meaning the royal family. I think originally, Harry wanted to be at a Commonwealth country. I think first was it? I know South Africa was one of them, but I don't know if which one come first. Was New Zealand or Australia was one of the choices? And then once they knew, again, the royal family, they create some distraction of that. And then South Africa was one. And then Canada, and then eventually they settled where they are now. And this is why they don't know anything and what Harry and Meghan are doing. Because Harry have said in one of those interviews, I think when he was promoting Spare, is that every time he tried to do things privately, there have been leaks and about him. So make things impossible for him. All right, so let's finish this. She will have admired, however, the rift with William. I think she will have been very disappointed by how things panned out, but I think initially she will have been very welcoming to Meghan. That's my view. I think so too. But the thing with the rift between the brothers, it's William who's creating it. And I think he's still at it. He is still at it. He's not stopping. I don't know if I put this on the list, but there's a tweet that I came across that says something about once he become king, they're bringing that nonsense as if that's gonna affect Harry. He's gonna remove the HRH from Harry. Like, okay, Harry's not even using the HRH now. How is that gonna affect him once he decided to? But whatever. Let's continue. Harry and Meghan now live in the US, specifically Meghan's home state of California. Following their 2020 step back as working members of the royal family, Diana too had a desire to live stateside, Kay said, quote, "She talked about it right at the very end of her life to me, about settling for a time in the US," he told Palace Confidential. "She loved the US. I think that if she could, she would have moved there and lived there." Kay added that she didn't do so because she wanted to be present for William and Harry. She could have just abandoned them. They were young boys, he said. "I don't think she had quite worked out how she could live in New York or California, for example, and maintain a close contact that she needed to have with William and Harry as they got older. That might have changed, and I could see her living there." Yeah, that's not the first time I hear people saying she wanted to move to the US. Okay. I see Richard Kay's name mentioned. When I tell you that man hates Harry, I'm not kidding. OMG. He keeps talking about Princess Diana like he knew her. If I run into him, I'm going to ask him about his pathological hatred for the prince. It started years before Meghan. Okay, I was surprised. I expected him to say mean things, but he didn't this time. I guess he's trying to work his way into the Sussex squad kind of periphery, but the squad don't forget. The squad don't forget. Daily Mail now has an article with the same name asking Kay the same question, but readers must pay to read it. Also, the reporter is different. I won't be surprised if the Daily Mail version is different than the InStyle version. True, it is not bad at all. Thanks for sharing. That gonna ruffle a few feathers in the morning. By noon tomorrow, they will find a source or to counter this article. The squad know the pattern of these people, the tactic. Next tweet. Okay, so this is a video someone put. Yes, Meghan. Okay, it's 12 seconds. Let me go through it like this instead of letting it play freely, so I don't get flagged. And I believe there's a music in it, so just know that I cannot play those videos freely. Let me listen to it to see if there's a music. Is there a music? Let's see. Okay, so it's just nothing. Alright, so a lot of GIFs. That's it. Next tweet. This is a video as well. I don't remember what it was. Okay. So when I saw this, I literally put this list together tonight. I've always said, I've even discredited Harry about where the rift started. And I said it started right here on that stage when all four of them were on stage. Okay, so now I'm seeing more squaddies talking more about it. Let's see here. Two things happened that day. One, the world saw how mediocre the lazy Kate Middleton was. She was mumbling on that stage. Two, the firm realized that they needed to get rid of Meghan because she was too good, 1,000 times better than their lazy and mediocre future queen. And then on that stage as well, not only Meghan talked about her feminism and her work, okay, her experience working with big organization, where she says something about that she worked with big organization, but there's usually more red tapes. Red tapes meaning like there's steps, there's barriers to prevent you to do the actual work that you really want to do, because you have to go to different approval kind of thing. That's what I got by the red tape. But being at the royal family, where she's like right there, has a seat at the table where she could easily circumnavigate, bypass, that's the word, bypass the red tape and go straight to the work, which she has done the few seconds she was over there. You got the cookbook, you got what's the other thing, Smart Works, and some of other things that she did while she was in the UK. All right, so she expressed all of that. And then there's more, but I don't know, I didn't listen to that clip yet that she put here. From that same video, the longer version, she even said something to the aspect that she doesn't mind being in the background so she could learn and understand what was going on, so she could maximize her energy. All of that was a plus for the two lazies, while Meghan and Harry would have been in the background getting all the technical information for whatever work the lazies would love to go cut ribbons for. Meghan and Harry would have done the hard work in the background, and then Kate and William would have get the credit. But they didn't see it that way. That's another thing that came from that same sit down where all of them were on stage. But let's see what clip she put here. I didn't listen to that clip yet.
What's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that, because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice. They need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. What's interesting is...
So, yeah, this is where it all started. Okay, instead of encouraging Kate to improve herself, they decided to go after Meghan so that their lazy and mediocre future queen could remain lazy and mediocre. Yeah, exactly. Now her lazy ASS is just throwing bones at the barking derangers, and she stays lazy until the next vacation. There's Harry in the back. That's all they wanted Harry for. Okay, for Harry to walk behind them. And then there's Harry, who brought someone who could have helped them, and Meghan literally said she doesn't mind being in the background. I'll put the clip. That clip that I just play here doesn't have that, but I have the full interview thing.
Obviously, it's incredibly exciting, and yes, I think for me it's been a very long time working on cause-driven work, specifically with women and girls' rights, but you know, to see the model of the foundation is really interesting, because while I've worked with larger NGOs, or I've also worked with really small grassroots organizations where you can see a higher level of impact, in my opinion, because there's a lot less red tape. What you're seeing here, and what I noticed with Heads Together from a global perspective, because I wasn't here obviously when it was happening, was the power of convening all of these smaller organizations who have the same issue but need that extra push and support. Under this umbrella, you're able to achieve that, and the impact they all made with Heads Together was tremendous. So I'm very excited to be able to work on initiatives similarly, and that can have that same sort of impact. Oh, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that, because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice. They need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, with Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So, yeah, just I guess we wait a couple months and then we can hit the ground running. But up until then, I'm pretty excited.
Kate Middleton mumbles to Heads Together speech, leave Kensington Palace embarrassed by poor public speaking skill. Again, Princess Diana left a blueprint. Princess Diana, she find herself, she knew she wasn't good. Let me rephrase that. Princess Diana criticized herself knowing she wasn't good at public speaking. What did she do? She got the help to make her a better public speaker. I mean, this is not to say I'm good at it. It could be very frightening standing in front of thousands of people to talk. It could be very scary. But she knew what this role represents. She chased the guy. She knew what was ahead if she got married to him. But yet, she's there. And I don't know, is she getting any skills at that? Help? She could have followed Princess Diana's footstep. If there's one thing that Kate Middleton has a hard time doing, it's speaking in front of the audience. The Duchess of Cambridge, well, even not, she doesn't even need to stand in front of a huge audience, even in one-on-one, when she's speaking to people, it's like you could hardly hear what she's saying. Okay, it's speaking in front of audience. The Duchess of Cambridge has once again managed to embarrass the royal family with her poor speaking skill. Kate mumbled threw her heads together speech in London this week. Oh, I didn't even know this was out. Okay, so that was 8 years ago. When you look at Harry public speaking thing, he has gotten better. So I will not be surprised if Meghan sort of help him along the way. I was gonna say other things, but let me leave that alone regarding the other brother. Let me read what's there. Okay, so let me read everything. They realized then that they had a tiger by the tail and they could not figure out how to tame her. And the thing that a positive for Meghan is that it's not like when Princess Diana got married to Charles. Princess Diana, I think, how old was she? Was she 19 or something like that? Okay, so she was 20. Princess Diana was 20 years old when she married Prince Charles in 1991. She turned 20 just a few weeks before their wedding on July 29, 1981. Prince Charles was 32 years old at the time. Yeah, a big difference, but yeah. Alright, so the age difference, Meghan had already established, she was what, 36 I think Meghan was when she married Harry. So there was more maturity on Meghan in comparison to Princess Diana.
But I was portrayed in the media at that time, if I remember rightly, as someone, because I hadn't passed any O-levels and taken any A-levels, I was stupid. And I made the grave mistake once of saying to a child I was thick as a plank, in order to ease the child's nervousness, of which it did. But that headline went all around the world, and I rather regret saying it.
The Prince of Wales, in the biography, is described as a great thinker, a man with a tremendous range of interests. What did he think of your interests?
Well, I don't think I was allowed to have any. I think that I've always been the 18-year-old girl he got engaged to, so I don't think I've been given any credit for growth. And my goodness, I've had to grow.
And the education level is different as well. But anyway, let's finish with some of this. To think Meghan would have been kind enough to give Kate tips for public speaking if they had given her that space. Yeah. Meghan will always be the woman Katie aspired to be, but unfortunately that will never happen. She has no personality or drive whatsoever, just born idle. Okay, number 1 is major. What is that? I don't know. What is that? Because up until then, it had never occurred to me that I'd actually never ever heard Kate Middleton speak at length, and oh boy. Alright, yes, Kate would have been trained for years, but still I wonder about her intelligence. No comment on that. Let's go to the next one. Now we are into Time 100. I have several tweets making reference to it. It has been confirmed that Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, will be joining a stacked list of speakers at this year's Time 100 Summit on April 23rd. And next week, okay, I will not have any videos because we're gonna be away. Alright, I'm always excited to hear the Duchess speak on an entrepreneurial and philanthropic level, so I'm looking forward to tuning in. Okay, Time reveals the 2025 Time 100 list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Alright, to convene leaders from the global Time 100 community at the 2025 Time Summit on April 23rd in New York City. But I might be putting screenshot things on my community board because I'll have my phone and I'm just gonna be chill. And we're getting better now. And I guess I will have to say thank God we got sick last week and all of us are getting better now. So while we're on vacation, we could get some fresh air, open our lungs kind of way. The 5th annual Time 100 Summit will feature leaders from the global time community to spotlight solutions and encourage action toward a better world. Speakers for the day-long event include Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and founder as ever, actor and producer Demi Moore, co-CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, actor and Okay, so there's that. Alright, let's read some of the comments. So this is someone that I blocked. Well, considering she was invited to speak at Time Summit on the top 100 influential people as an influential person herself, probably a lot. Because what else will she talk about if not herself and her experiences? These are people she's responding to that I've blocked. I'll open it. Okay, well, I have been fortunate to watch literally 100, if not over 1,000 speeches, and what you find is that people are very uncomfortable referring to themselves a lot. They find ways around it. Meghan Markle mentioned herself 52 times in a very short speech, hence my wager offer. Okay, we knew we were gonna get nonsense like that. Speeches are event specific, so if she came on the Time 100 stage at an event about her influence and philanthropic work, and then talk about herself, I'd be very confused, but go off, I guess. Also, who has the time to count how many times someone mentioned themselves in a speech? Alright, okay, she's responding to the derangers. Let me leave. You could pause your screen and read her response to the derangers, but let me move on a little bit. Great, there will be tears from the haters, as per usual. Okay, 1. How do you know who and her family she helps or not? 2. You mean the same father who sold private letters to the press and continued to take payment to bash his own daughter? 3. Dropping off used clothing is quite literally philanthropy. 4. Her used clothing is worth 1,000. Okay, literally, what does she have to offer? Alright, it may not help you, but it will help others. As at time, they're the one who selected her, and I fear they know more about her and the industry she is part of than the snooty fox. Alright. Of course. Okay, so that's me who responded like an hour ago. What did this person say? She can influence a thought. Okay, I said, of course, yet here you are knowing fully this tweet was about her. You could have ignored, scroll, don't comment, etc. You took the time to let us know your BS adding to the interaction of the original tweet. But okay. Alright, let's go to the next one. I'm not going to spend too much time on those comments. Again, it's making reference to Time 100. Okay, A-listers, there's the B word, Meghan. Alright, the 5th annual Time 100 Summit will feature leaders. Alright, I read some of these already. Demi Moore, CEO Ted Dorandos. Okay, actor, this is the last part I didn't see. Actor and entrepreneur Ryan Reynolds, comedian Nikki Glazer, co-founder and CEO of Google DeepMind, Demis Hassabis, Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, that's the last name, Chair of the Advisory Board of Anti-Corruption Foundation and the Chair of the Human Rights Foundation, Yulia Navalnaya, okay, Founder, CIO Mentor, and member of the Bridgewater Board, Raymond T. Dalio, President and CEO of Excellent Caliber Butler, former CEO and Chairman of PepsiCo, Andra Nui, U.S. Senator for New York, Kirsten Gillibrand, former Director of the National Institute of Health, Monica Bertagnoli, Chief Strategy Officer of the Memorial Sloan Kettler Cancer Center, Dr. Anis C. Ofide. Okay, so that's some very impressive names. Alright, so she gave a speech, but it's not on the 100 list, people, so just speaker, not a winner. They always have to find something. Meanwhile, the voter is voting. There is no hand of friendship being extended by William either if he can forgive his father's historic indiscretion. In 1994, he confessed to infidelity in a televised interview with Jonathan Dembly. Surely he can forgive his brother for that open interview and writing a memoir, however can they... I don't know. These people, they keep poking at Harry. They keep poking at Harry and they expect Harry to stay quiet. Oh my God, does he fear his and Kate's life will be made a living hell? But they're making his life a living hell. What the hell? Oh my God, these people are crazy. Or that the Wells family will be overshadowed by the Sussexes. Oh, please. I think the latter. He must realize that high-profile visit from Harry and Meghan, Archie and Littlebeth and To will enliven our interest and affection for the royal family, it will certainly be more fascinating, glamorous, and fun than being drip-fed badly shot photos of Kate in a Baker Boy cap talking to Scout on a windswept hillside. Whatever. First name on the list, yes ma'am. Her haters will be giving themselves brain aneurysm. They will say she bought it. What are they going to say now? Praying that Ryan keeps away from Meg, him, his plantation Khaleesi wife, and their stupid lawsuit against Baldoni are nuclear level toxic at the moment. I started talking about it when it first came out, and I'm glad I said in that video that we shall see once the things go to court. But I left it alone. I was like, you know what? I'm not that interested. So I spoke about it at the beginning of the nonsense, but whatever. Next tweet. Still about the Time 100. Breaking news, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex will be a speaker at the Time 100 Summit in New York City later this month. I'm wondering if she's still over there, because was it last Friday she was in New York? I'm wondering if she's still there. Okay, so these are the things I've read already. This is a bit too small. You could pause and read it. When I'm editing, I'll increase it. Alright, so there's that. Can I read it? The 5th annual. Okay, you could pause and read it. Okay, some of these I've already read. Okay, boycott Meghan. Good luck with that. Start with your deranged people like yourself. Busy lady. Meanwhile, someone else is reconnecting with nature. Oh my God. The tabloid in the UK probably saying something about that. Right, there's that. Meghan Sussex, Duchess of Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex. Congratulations, Meghan. Okay, this truly wonderful. Princess Meghan is a vital voice for all women and girls today. She just radiates kindness, grace, and love. Magical to see. Heads on Salty Island are exploding just about now. LOL. I love how they bolded her name. Alright, that's exciting. Looking forward to it. Then they bold everybody else's name. Yeah, Demi Moore, Ted Surrenders. So all the names are in bold. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I have 2 more after this. 39. I almost skipped that one. Why do I do that sometimes? Okay. Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex to deliver keynote at prestigious Time 100 Summit. Mark your calendar, darling. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is set to grace the Time 100 Summit on 23rd April with a landmark address joining an illustrious cohort of global luminaries. The unveiling of the Time 100 list shall follow at the exclusive gala on 24th April with the grand broadcast gracing ABC on 4th May. A moment where royal meeting influence. Don't miss history and making. And the making. I'm wondering if she's gonna get what do you call this? Police escort. Because they're supposed to give her that at least. Alright, so this is the same thing that was on the last one. You could pause and read. Let's read some of the comment. I wonder how much she's getting paid for that. She is not royalty. Alright, keep telling yourself that. And this one said like Camilla and Kate. Yeah, they marry into it. Black. Alright, let's go to the next one. I want to finish. Okay, so I thought that was funny. The GIF. Meghan is booked, busy, and building generational wealth. I'm so proud of my CEO princess business owner. Look at the GIF. Oh, there's the squad, the GIF. And she has a husband who is very proud of her and support her 100%. What is this here now? A new era of joy. Creators. Okay, that's an ad. Okay, me too. The squad are just happy. There's that. She is amazing. Alright, next tweet. I was just talking about her in one of my videos. I made reference to her. Oh, because she was born in Germany. I was making reference to the actor who played, who hugged Meghan, the gypsy, something like that on Broadway. And I found out she was born in Germany. So does the 2 sisters, the twins. They were born in Germany. I think a military base. Oh my God, this is so funny. This is so funny. But anyway, I'm done with the last tweet. New tweet. There's the laugh here. There's another version similar to this, the woman version. I don't know. I have shared a video similar to this where a woman is sleeping. They have a video in their room. And then a dog came in front of her similar to this. But this one is a guy. The other one that I'm making reference to is a woman. But look, 20 seconds. Unfortunately, there will be a screenshot. The guy is stretching, and then boom. I don't know what language is that. Oh my God, it's like you better feed me. But anyway, that's the last tweet. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Let's do safety when Meghan is going to that gala. Prayer for safety and protection. Alright, let's look for an image. That was kind of funny. Let's pick this one. Dear Father, you are like a wing that shelter my children, strong with protection, soft with grace. You are like a shield that encircles them each day. They run free, and you are with them as they adventure. You are like a crown placed upon their heads, a symbol of sonship and belonging, and of their adoption into your family. Lord, I place them into your great care and declare that they are yours. Amen. Alright, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. I'm gonna do another video where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some messed up with the link here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe here. One of these probably belong here. Tariff. Okay, so I have some tweet I'm gonna be sharing with you on App Team Sussex. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching.